If you are looking for a wireless surround sound system, this might be it. It has 520 watts of power, 4K HDR pass-through, Dolby Atmos, HDMI eARC, and a lot more that I'm going to try to cover as best as I can. So that being said, let's go for it. And if you are watching this video on your Windows 10 or 11 computer and you still haven't activated and can't even edit your desktop icons, don't forget to check out cdksales.com, where we can find budget official OEM keys at an affordable price, and with the coupon code that you can see on screen and down below on the video description, it will get even cheaper. And besides Windows 11 Pro, if you are looking for Windows 10 or even an Office suite that we can aggregate directly to our Microsoft account, you can use the same coupon code, which will give you the best price possible at this moment. So just in case, the link will be down below. So this is the ULTIMEA Nova S80. It comes with all this. Actually, inside the package, we will find the soundbar, these two rear speakers, one subwoofer, and the accessory box, which comes with a lot of cables, a remote control, power adapter, screws. It includes everything that we need and more. Now, the soundbar has 5 drivers, 3 of them right here at the front, each has 3 inches, and then on the top it has 2 drivers right over here with 1.7 inches. So it will send power to the front and also to the top, which is awesome. Then the rear speakers have 1 driver of 3 inches each. And we will see in just a moment how we will connect these with no wires and magic and all. And right over here, there is a subwoofer with 8 inches. So on one of the last videos that we recorded, I was complaining a little bit on the system that has 280 watts of power, and I was not really comfortable to use full volume on the cinema setup. With this one right over here, 520 watts of power, it's almost, or I would say impossible to use the full power without annoying neighbors and people that lives on the same house. But besides of the volume being wow, the thing that I enjoy most is the clarity of the sound, is the quality of the sound really rich, and besides that, the surround that we will get, the 360 experience audio that we will get, which is impossible to share to that side of the screen. Now, in terms of connectivity, what we have right over here on the sound bar is a 3.5mm output jack, optical out. Then we have the HDMI out with eARC, HDMI in, USB and DC in. And then there's the connectivity between the 2 parts of the sound bar. Exactly the same system that we have seen on the Apollo S60, which is a great soundbar. I will leave some links down below in some of the soundbars that you might be looking at if you find that this has a higher price, especially if you are looking for a wireless system. The Poseidon D60, which is an awesome experience. We will not get so loud, we will not get so much bass than we have on the Nova S80, but nonetheless a great system. So some links down below that might be interesting. Now, the way that we will connect is the soundbar will connect normally as any other soundbar that we have. We just connect near our TV, we connect it to a power, and then we can connect to our media source through Bluetooth or via HDMI or any other source that we want. That is just great. But usually what happens is that the soundbar will connect to the subwoofer and will connect to any other speaker with wires, which is the exception on this case and also on the Poseidon D60 link down below. In this case, the soundbar will connect via wirelessly to the subwoofer, which means that I can just put my subwoofer, if I want, on my back wall. So I can have this at the front near my TV, and then at the back wall, just out of my couch and whatnot, I can put this baby right over there, and they will connect via wirelessly. I just need to have a power socket near the soundbar, and that is it. I don't need anything else. And if I want, I don't even need to use these speakers right over here, which I would use for the 360 audio, but we don't need. If we want just the soundbar and the subwoofer wireless, that is it. Now, the only thing that it's not wireless are these 2 speakers, but The good thing is that they will not connect to the main soundbar. So I will connect these speakers to the subwoofer. So the subwoofer will remain at the back, and then we have two wires connecting, one speaker right over here and the other speaker right over there. So there are 2 points of connectivity, eliminating the wires that usually in other systems will go directly from the soundbar to the speaker, soundbar to that speaker, soundbar to the subwoofer. In this case, we don't have that, and this is just awesome. If you have assembled any surround system with wires, you know the headache that it is, and then we have wires all over the place. In this case, no, we have this one right over here connected to one end, and these connected to another end. In terms of volume and audio quality compared to any TV or any projector, even though great TVs or great projectors, it's just night and day, especially if you want to enjoy a movie or a series, just forget it. The sound is just spectacular, and it's impossible or almost impossible to share to that side of the screen, especially if you are watching this on your mobile phone. If you are listening on your headphones, probably you will have a better understanding of the difference between the system and the TV. But nonetheless, my feedback is simple. If I was complaining a few days, about a week or two ago, regarding the system that we had with 280 watts, with this system is just wow. It's difficult to use it past medium volume. Of course, we can be on that range, but we will annoy anyone that is near the house or some neighbors, especially if we are at night. There are some tools that we can use to avoid annoying neighbors and family members, and some of them we can use on the remote control. Actually, we have two ways of controlling the sound bar. On the soundbar itself with these buttons right over here, or my favorite, which is using this remote control, which is really complete. As usual, ULTIMEA does a great job on the remote controls. We have the option to select eARC, HDMI in, optical out, Bluetooth, equalizer, to rotate between the several inputs. So if we press this button, it will cycle through the Bluetooth and optical and so on and so forth. Then we have the equalizer modes, which we can change between music, movie and gaming. Then the directional buttons with play, pause, volume, fast forward and rewind. Actually, we will be able to control any device that is connected via Bluetooth to the soundbar. So if we connect to an Android TV box, which was what I was doing, I can control videos, I can control music, and if I connect to my mobile phone, for example, I will be able to do the same with the remote control. I will be able to control my phone. It also has the Dolby Atmos intensity that we can select right over here. Then we also have the surround if we want more active or less active. And finally, the bass MX, which will give us different levels of bass. Now, one of the things that I do enjoy, and besides that, we also have the mute button, but you already knew that. Now, the bass MX is one of the tools that I do find that if I'm watching a movie at night, late at night, and I don't want to bother anyone, what I will do is use the bass MX, which on the -2 level or -3, I'm not recalling really well, is that it disables almost completely the subwoofer. And that means that we will not have that powerful punch. We will have just the sound right over here so that we can listen well even in a silent environment without bothering anyone. But on the next morning, for example, if I want to wake up and have a punch with music and so on, then I can just press the bass MX and we'll have a lot of fun. So in conclusion, if you are looking for a wireless system with power enough to put on a large area. This is it. Audio quality with all the features, Dolby Atmos, HDMI, eARC, and so on and so forth. All the bells and whistles, and the price is not that high. The link will be down below and you can check for yourself. Nonetheless, if you are looking for something more on the budget side of things, then I would suggest a wireless system which will work exactly like this one right over here with less power, of course, the Poseidon D60, which is one of my favorite, and I will leave the link down below. On the other hand, if you are looking for something more conventional but with a small touch, because we can use it as a detachable sound bar, then the Apollo S60, it's also a great option, and I will also leave the link down below so that you can check that out, because in terms of power it's great. The difference between that system and the Poseidon and also the Nova S80 is that these are wireless and both have a wireless 360 audio, while the other one doesn't. That being said, if you still have any questions, leave them down below. I will try to answer as best and as fast as I can. Hopefully the video was helpful, and if it was, don't forget the usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto George, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.